Hey everybody, Plushy here. So we just got the 30 million download campaign stream, and I just want to quickly summarize all of the things we got so you can go into this knowing how to best take advantage of the bonuses we're getting. So first and foremost, we're getting the standard special login bonuses. If you log in a total of 10 times within this event period, which is going to be until November 2nd, you will be getting these standard rewards we've been getting every past download campaign. But this time, because the theme is 30 million, they're tripling all the rewards. Some of the more noticeable ones are the 30 golden apples, 3 sets of gold foes, 3 rare prisms, 3 lores, and 30 saint quartz. So it's quite nice, and do remember to log in at least 10 times during this month. We'll also be getting triple the chance of getting super success when leveling up servants and CEs. So if you want to raise your servants and CEs, this is the perfect time. This lasts until only October 20th, I believe. So this is a little bit more limited because they're also making all of the daily quest APs 1/3. So you will only be spending 13 AP for the highest difficulty of them. So you can get 10 runs in with a single full AP bar, which is going to be probably the highest efficiency if you want to just go for either QP or Embers. And this is amazing, obviously. You have 15 days to do this if you want to level up your servants and, 120 something, or just want to cap out on your materials and stuff. This is the perfect time. It also is great for bond farming as well. We'll also be getting 3 extra friend slots, which is not that major. They would also, of course, as usual, refresh the Da Vinci Mana Prism and Rare Prism shop, or rather they would just add another section to it. So essentially you get 2 months worth of Da Vinci shop instead of just 1. But this time, just like the login bonuses, they're tripling it. So you're essentially getting 3 extra months of Da Vinci shop refreshes. So for example, you'll be getting 3 sets of gold foes again from just Mana Prisms, 15 tickets, and 60 of each of the rarity of embers, 3 keys and whatnot. Just basically everything would be triple. They're also making the ability to buy these specific Mana Prism CEs free. So just like back in the day with like Mona Lisa, Bella Lisa, people needed to spend 1 rare prism to unlock the ability to buy them with Mana Prisms, and they've been making them free slowly throughout each campaign, and this time they're just, adding 3 more. None of these are super significant, unfortunately. They're also adding more 3-star command codes and 4-star command codes into the shop. And these are okay. I think some of the burn codes are really nice if you don't have a full deck of burn codes, at least. For soloing with Honey Lake, the Genie Lamp is really good, but I also wouldn't say any of the Rare Prism one is particularly worth buying if you are not that rich in Rare Prisms. The Lan Ling Wang one with buff success rate up could be interesting if you could stack it, which I assume you can because you could also stack the buff removal resist ones. So yeah. Also, we have a couple of returning 4-star and 5-star event CEs, like really old ones. If you don't remember, last year we got a new shop section which sells old event CEs for 5,000 Mana Prisms for 5 copies for SSR. I forgot how much it costs for 4 stars because those are usually not that good. But the most exciting one this time around, because they always add a couple of, such as Golden Sumo or Golden Carp or Merciless one, we got Ox King, finally. People who are very into min turning or just, pushing damage, ecstatic, right? Ox King is one of the most exclusive CEs for that job, and it's such an old CE for an event that is never going to get a rerun, that people really want it, and finally everybody has access to it now. All the other ones are just kind of okay. I think the Gut CE is really nice with Rin and Quetzalcoatl, but other than that, not really that amazing. I think Painting Summer is very much a lot worse than Ocean Flyer if you want like a free art CE, for example. But once again, Ox King, amazing. This is a permanent change. We will be getting 30 teapots every month in Mana Prism shop, which is really nice. They really are pushing for bond farming, which is also really good when combined with their coin fix, quote unquote, where they added more coin acquisition from higher bond levels. These teapots would last essentially for 2 months. So for example, if you buy them today, they will last until November 30th. And for every future month, they will refresh at the start of the month instead of at the 4th of the month, obviously. They're also making 2 mystic codes free in the shop, and you can just immediately unlock their special acquisition quest, and they will appear in Chaldea Gate if you are up to date with your story progression. And people who bought Anniversary Blonde would get a Rare Prism refund, obviously. And also we will be getting the 7th Anniversary Mystic Code, which is the Tonoshiki one, that has insta-death resist down on skill 2, which has been useful in a couple of particular 90++ farming nodes when comboed with Domon, and you can also use it in certain challenge quests if you are a masochist. Like if you watched my video yesterday, I did rely on this mystic code to insta-kill one of the Super Recollection quest enemies. So here's another permanent change. They would be doubling the amount of pure prisms you'll receive from clearing main story, and for people who are up to date with the story, obviously you'll be getting them retroactively. I think I just got them from my present box, and it's a total of 1,300 pure prisms, which is a lot. So this is a great sort of quality of life update, and for people who are already up to date with the story, you get a lot more quota for buying materials, including the Ordeal Call 3 materials, which they added to the Pure Prism shop. And those are really exclusive. You can only get them from doing Blanked Earth quests, so a lot of people might be wanting them, especially with potentially more servants in the future and needing them as well. With this change, they also are adding a specific item that will allow you to refresh 1 material in your Pure Prism shop. And yes, this sounds like very much a drip feeding instead of just refreshing the entire shop, but you have to remember pure prisms are a limited resource, so it's not like you can clear the entire pure prism shop anyways. And the way you get them right now is to clear main quest 10 times, 20 times, and 30 times. You can get a total of 3 of these refresh tickets, and for people who are up to date with the story, once again, you'll be getting 3 of them immediately from the mission list. They also improved the Start Dash campaign as well as the returning players campaign, which I mean, I bet most of you are not qualifying for this, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. You might actually qualify for returning players though. Like, you only have to not log in since September 4th, which honestly is quite likely with so many people complaining to me how dead the game is. So hey, you get a couple more quartz and gapples and whatnot for the potential future lotto that will be coming, so hey. The 30 million download servant is, of course, Oberon, and I don't have to tell you how good he is in terms of farming and some challenge quests. We'll also be getting 3 new permanent CEs that will prematurely be joining during this banner, but they're not going to be on rate up, so you should not roll for them at all because the pull rate is horrible. But if you're interested, the Caneth one is a alternative version of Volumen, and it's 3 times invul and buff removal resist 20%. Quite interesting. I can genuinely see this being used. For the Kirei one, we have Star Absorb up 200%, which is quite unusual. That's a really high number. We also have Quick up 10%, Arts up 10%, and Buster up 10%. So this is essentially an alternative version of the 5-star Kirei CE, and traded off the defense up for the Star Absorb up, which I don't think it's that great. And finally, we have Caneth's wife as a 4-star CE that would give you 5% MP per turn, 5% quick up, arts up, and MP gain up, which is just going to be trash, and you'll be getting 2 millions of them if you whale on a banner starting from now. So nothing too exciting. I think once again the new Volumen is really interesting, but everything else is kind of lame. We'll also be getting a Oberon themed 4-star command code. I do not know what the effect of it is, and I don't think you can get it yet. I think it's tied to some like weird sort of mission that you cannot immediately complete on day 1, but obviously try to nab it. We'll also be getting a really long list of rotation banners, including every single download campaign servant ever. This is probably why the event lasts for so long until November 30th. They're just going to be rating these 26 servants up you know, in the background while other stuff is happening. And we have a couple of heavy hitters here. Like, we have all of the major card type meta supports. We got Scotty, we got Merlin, and we got Castoria. Like, Merlin, especially after this anniversary buff, is great. We have a couple of really insanely good DPSs like Skahak, like Jolter, Musashi Saber, and even Abigail post buff is really nice, and of course Melusine. So all of these are just great servants in general. So if you really want some of them, take your chance and then try to nab some of them, I guess. And finally, we have what a lot of people are waiting for, which is the SSR ticket. Yes, again, just like 20 million downloads, we got a free SSR ticket that does expand on the pool of servants that you can pick from. And these are the 41 servants that you can pick from with this ticket, including story lock servants as well as permanent servants. There are a couple of really good ones. I still think Tamamo might be the best general one, just because like Tamamo, Castoria arts teams are so good, especially with like Append 5 and some of the modern art servants that can help charge the party. But obviously we got some other really exciting ones like Tametomo, Nidocris Altar are like new servants, really cool. We also have like Taikobo, which is really good for multi-core, and you know, Ozymandias being one of the strongest single target riders ever, and you know, a couple of story lock ones that are quite rare if you don't particularly roll during Valentine's or White Day, and you can take your chance to acquire them. These servants, of course, also has the returning gimmick of not being permanent until you do something with them, which is very easy. You just have to level them up to level 60, as well as bond them up to bond 5, which with all of these bond boosting changes, it should be extremely easy to achieve. And also, all of the EXP they'll be receiving is tripled. Then they also will have a 50% passive damage boost during the campaign. So you can be a little bit cheeky if you're like a really veteran player and you want to do a very specific min-turn run with your favorite 120. You can pick another copy and then just have this passive event damage bonus during the month. And also the triple embers with the 1/3 AP on embers and triple chance to super suck. Like, you'll be able to 120 some of these servants if you really want to extremely easily as well. So you'll be able to get the ticket on October 6th, which is a bit later. All of the other stuff you get immediately right now, but this ticket will have to wait until Sunday, and the time frame as to when you can make them permanent is all the way until November 30th, but your exchange period only lasts until November 1st. So pick first and then keep them in your party, and then of course try to bond them up. There'll also be missions tied to it, such as like tapping them in my room or using their MP a couple of times, which is pretty cute. But we'll get more details regarding that probably on Sunday. So yeah, as a tally up, including the social media campaign, if you do every single mission in this 30 million download campaign, not including Start Dash, of course, or returning players, you'll be getting 90 quartz and of course 15 tickets and quite a bit of like gold foes and whatnot, so it's really nice. I know this is not the super gassed up 30 million download campaign that people are waiting for. This isn't a second anniversary that some people are expecting, but I think this is still really nice. Like, you get a free SSR, you get really good high efficiency farming for embers and QP, and you get a lot of like quote-unquote rare items like lores and rare and gold foes. And we also got a couple of really good quality of life updates, like the teapots. The 30 teapots per month is permanent, you gotta remember that. And also the doubling of the pure prism acquisition is permanent. Like, for all future stories, you'll be getting double the amount of pure prisms. The pure prism refresh tickets, we might be able to get more of them in the future through different means as well. So overall, I think this is a really nice one. I think the only reason they didn't include like the append switch, the second part of the coin fix, is probably they have some trouble coding. Like, we all know how incompetent Lasengle is in coding sometimes, so give it some time. But I think this is really nice, and hope you guys enjoyed the 30 million download campaign. I'll see you guys in the next one.